But you saw what happened in Atlanta with Fani, F-A-N-I, Fani. How do you pronounce F-A-N-I, Fani? They interviewed her a year before. I would never have an affair with anybody in my office. Well, she had an affair.
I wanted to talk about Fani Willis. All right, and I wanted to tell you the reason why I think the Fani Willis case will eventually go away, and it's a nothing burger. Fani Willis is motivated by one thing and one thing only, and that's race. You know, she's convinced, just like some of the Americans in our country right now, some of the liberal black Americans, that Donald Trump is a racist. You know, that's her whole argument, basically. If you've been following this for a little while, you understand exactly what this is about, and that is nothing but skin color. She's repeatedly said, you know, they don't want me to talk about race, but you know, and she keeps bringing up race every time she goes in front of the church. But it's just the stupidest thing ever. Like, why don't you actually bring a case to court? Why don't you bring some hard evidence to court? You go to the church, you want to demonize somebody because of their white skin, and you ain't doing no better. You know, you're doing the worst. You know, you behind the scenes sleeping with your employees when that's the promise that you made to the people, that you wouldn't do that when you got in office, but now you're doing it. And now all of a sudden, this is all about race. It's the black card. Okay, it's the black card being used right in front of America. And that's what Fani Willis is doing. She's pulling out the black card every time she get caught in a lie. That's why I think that this case is going nowhere.
Fani Willis faces some new legal hurdles in former President Trump's Georgia election interference case. One of his co-defendants is now claiming Fani Willis illegally recorded a phone call with his attorney in an unrelated case in a different state, Maryland. That defendant says, quote, if Willis does not recuse herself from this case by noon on Monday, I may have no other choice than to pursue all lawful remedies. Meanwhile, Fani Willis has repeatedly spoken publicly about the Georgia election case.
Recently, they tell me they don't like me to talk about race. Well, I'm gonna talk about it anyway. Truth is, it's some challenges that come to being black. Let's say it for the record, I'm not embarrassed by anything I've done. I don't feel like we've been slowed down at all. I do think that there are efforts to slow down this train, but the train is coming.
Right out of her mouth. Oh my goodness. Trump has a gag order and she doesn't? Now, some co-defendants in the Georgia case are reportedly considering pressing for a gag order against Fani Willis. Last week, the judge ruled against Donald Trump's motion to dismiss the entire case. We'll see what happens next. Carrie Kupecker-Bond, Fox News legal editor. So let's just start with a gag order on her. We know she likes to campaign. She's not running for anything right now. Is it a reality TV show? What?
So let's talk first about what the purpose of gag orders are in the first place, and it's to prevent harm to the case or the people involved in the case that otherwise could not be undone. And we've seen these gag orders slapped again and again after one person and one person only, and his name is Donald Trump. But my question, Harris, is how is the harm that they say Trump is causing by tweeting about political bias any different or worse than, say, the district attorney in Georgia talking publicly about the case, saying things like, God is on my side, or Letitia James, the attorney general in New York, salivating over properties that Trump owns on Twitter, live tweeting all of his events? Because let me tell you something, if I'm a business person in New York, I'd be very worried that she would do the same to me and apply the law in a way that's never been applied before against me. Just doesn't matter that I'm not Trump. She's done it once. Why would she do it again? And if I'm a potential juror in Fulton County, how would I not be intimidated by the district attorney, a very powerful law enforcement officer, making all of these comments? How would I not be nervous to not potentially side with her if I'm on that jury?
I'm going to go a little bit further than that. You think a judge would be? Because I've always wondered if, in fact, she was watching in a sequestered area her ex-lover Nathan Wade on the stand, and that judge didn't ever even put that on the record to even ask her. I I mean, she comes out all in a huff, her hair, all over the place, and she's just got to get on that stand. Her attorneys are trying to keep her from testifying. This was in the first go-around. We showed it stem to stern here on Fox. Who is intimidated by this woman? I think that's a fair question. And if intimidation is something that a gag order would solve, why don't they put one on her?
Harrison Faulkner is absolutely right. Why don't they put the gag on her on Fani? Huh? Okay. Why wouldn't they do that? It's because she's black. They know that the black card is powerful. Okay. They keep using the black card like I said, every single time they do something they're not supposed to be doing, or they don't understand the law, or their incompetence ruins something. They use the black card. And it's just not fair. Okay. Why do they want to put a gag on Trump? Because his voice is powerful. He makes so much sense when he talks. Fani, she doesn't make any sense. So she got to shut him up in order for her to pull her black card everywhere she goes. It's a disgrace. Like, as a black man in America, I'm tired of this black nonsense. I'm just tired of it. They make us look bad, the black conservatives. But you can't really make us look bad. But you know what? It's just getting on my nerves, man. I'm so tired of these people acting out of character and being unprofessional and coming out like they represent black people, and when they don't. All right. They represent the mighty dollar. Okay. George Soros has been paying them. That's what they represent. All right. So Fani Willis is no exception. This, like I said, this case is an absolute nothing burger. It's not going anywhere. They don't have anything against Trump. It's just election interference. Just to smear his name. And Fani Willis has got an ego problem. She really does. That's the way I see it. She got ego issues. All right. She wants to take this man down so bad she could taste it. And in reality, she should be taking down those criminals in Fulton County, Georgia. You feel me? Like and subscribe, guys. Until the next time, this is what I got for you right now. Amen.